everyone and welcome to my video discussing, recapping and reviewing Love Island. The episode ends with Joey Essex kissing Grace in front of the whole main villa for all the girls to see. But how does Samantha react? Well, we'll come back to that, because in the meantime, the episode starts with the sleepover group on screen. Joey's naturally with Grace and they say they feel the same about each other, but he said there's still something with Samantha, but that she's closed it off. He kisses Grace. But is this really true, as yesterday he said he's done? Uma and Will chat, and she said she won't completely cut off Omar, that she's open and he's the same, but that she's a priority. And he said he wants her to call him boyf. That's kind of funny. Back in the main villa, Kieran and Nicole chat about the beer pong game. I mean, they're still talking about this. But anyway, they're talking about the hypothetical kissing, that he would have kissed Grace, but he didn't. And he said he doesn't fancy Grace, but Nicole said, crack on. She said, she was basically quite annoyed with him. And he said he doesn't want to crack on with her. And she said he's immature, and she walks off. Jess and Samantha pull Nicole, and she tells them of the Grace kiss chat, and Mimi consoles Kieran. She said she's proud of him. And the girls talk about Nicole's actual kiss, and they basically say that she was in the right, but obviously Kieran's in the wrong. Mimi joins and reminds that Kieran could have kissed Grace, but he chose to peck Jess, which was done respectfully. Also, that he was honest to tell her. In the sleepover villa, Grace said she fancies Joey the most out of all of them, and Will said he's well happy. Back in the main villa, Sean reckons they've been respectful, and everyone laughs because he's basically saying that, Joey's done nothing and things like that. Back at the sleepover, Joey said it's his best day he's had there. So it's nighttime, and at the sleepover, Joey and Grace kiss. Now it's morning time with the squinty eyes and the sunglasses. At the sleepover, Joey said he had the best night of his life, and Will is buzzing. At the main villa, Io said Uma would kiss Will, and Harriet doesn't think Joey's kissed anyone. So I'm loving her loyalty to him, however, she's got this wrong. At the sleepover, Uma said it was nice to have a cuddle, and that she didn't even do this with Io, and the girls received breakfast in the dressing room. At the main villa, Io tells Kieran he doesn't think the hypothetical chat is a big deal. Kieran said it is to Nicole, and Io said Nicole's made passing comments, but it's just that Kieran's not heard of them. And he said just let Nicole be upset for a while. Io said things are going good for him, while Omar feels it's weird and he's missing Uma in the villa. It seems like the hypothetical chat was blown out of proportion, but what do you think? Is Nicole right, and is this a big deal? Comment below. The girls think Samantha's handling this well. She feels used, and Jess said she's not been used. Kieran and Nicole chat. He said it's a passing comment and he doesn't want to get to know Grace, and Nicole said that Grace is pretty, but they said they'll now move on and they'll leave it at that. But she tells him also to think before he speaks, and they kiss. At the sleepover, Ronnie and Tiffany talk about their kiss, and Tiffany said it's early days, but she's getting to know him. He said he's open. Will is ready to go back. Joey wants to stay with Grace and thinks there's nothing to hide, and Joey said he'll chat to Samantha. At the villa, Harriet said surely Ronnie wouldn't jump from girl to girl, that it would be the kick in the teeth for her. And Sean said, will he do this with everyone? Is he just there for a lad's holiday? But I mean, has Harriet met Ronnie? Maybe she should prepare for that kick in the teeth that she speaks of. Sean says he's going to have to change up his chat with Tiffany, and when asked, he said his type was Jess and Samantha, but that he was scared of her. At the sleepover, Tiffany's rubbing sun cream onto Ronnie, and a text comes. It's time to head back to the main villa. Joey said it's new beginnings. Grace feels like she should tell Samantha of the kiss with Joey. The sleepover group are back to the main villa, and the girls go to the fire pit to chat. Uma said there was nice food and a party, that she's chuffed with Will, that there was no kiss, and Tiffany said it went well, but she's still open, that her and Ronnie kissed, and it moved swiftly to Grace, and she said that her and Joey are getting on like when they met last year. However, she's not revealed the kiss. The boys also regroup, and Joey said it was the best day and night for him so far. Will said he made it clear he's interested in Uma, but he's not closed off. And Ronnie said Tiffany is cool, and they kissed. And Joey said, where do I start? There's definitely something with Grace, and he can feel the special feeling. And separately, Samantha said she feels a fool, while Harriet consoles her, and it's discussed that Joey should have reassured her. But to be fair, Joey is asking around and he's looking for Samantha. Uma and Omar chat and they missed each other, and she said they continue their chats, and basically she reassured him. And in the confessionals, Omar said that she's lovely and she's respectable. Ronnie and Harriet chat. They basically missed each other, and he said he had a kiss with Tiffany and wanted to tell her before anyone else did. He said he's basically open to get to know her, and she appreciates him telling about the kiss, and he said he didn't kiss in bed. Separately, Jess consoles Samantha. She cries, and Jess said Joey is looking for her. Joey tells Harriet that he wants to speak to Samantha, but she's given him the cold shoulder, and he said, he's tried. Harriet said to talk to her, and he said, of course, but he's trying to find her even now. Samantha tells Jess that she doesn't want to hear Joey out, and then Joey finally finds Samantha, but her and Jess basically tell him to leave for now. Samantha tells Jess she's embarrassed. She didn't want Joey to see that she's upset. In my opinion, it's like she basically knows what's coming and she wants to sort of prepare herself and protect herself from hearing it, and that's why she's trying to avoid it so she can sort of mentally prepare. But what do you think? Comment below. Joey said he's been trying to speak to Samantha and he feels it needs to be addressed ASAP. Separately, Samantha's aware that Joey kissed Grace. Joey finally speaks to Samantha. He said she looks lovely, and she said she's embarrassed. Was she a placeholder? And he said he wants to carry on. And she said, why would you want to carry on? And he said Samantha's ruled her out, and she said because there's history with him and Grace, and she feels like a tit. And he said he's there for her, and she said nothing's going to make her feel better as she's embarrassed. And he said she's beautiful, and she said there's been no physical touch, but it's hurtful that he kissed Grace basically immediately. And when he persisted, she said she'll let him be there for her, but it's obvious from the chat she had in the confessionals that she doesn't really mean that, as she was sort of quite negative in her view of him, which you can understand. The girls joined Samantha, and Samantha said that they're done, and Uma basically said that Joey and Grace were touchy-feely in the sleepover villa. Samantha said she feels horrible, and she said that she clearly liked him. But at least, she's finally being honest, and she stopped saying that she's not bothered and things like that. Elsewhere, Sean is talking to Tiffany. He's buzzing to speak to her. She's his type. And again, they speak about sweets. I mean, what happens is changing things up. I think corny boy Sean is back. Grace and Samantha speak, and Grace said she wants to make sure Samantha's okay. She said it feels like a kick in the teeth, that she feels like a placeholder, and she doesn't blame Grace. Harriet and Mimi are watching Tiffany and Ronnie talking, and he feels it's going well, and that if it was a recoupling right now that he would choose her. I mean, to be honest, he said the same thing at the beginning, I think, when it was between Samantha and Jess, so it's just his tired old lines again. What is he on? Meanwhile, Grace and Joey chat, and he said he's definitely not sleeping in his bed or the day bed. He hints at the hideaway, and Grace said it's a good idea, and they kiss. The girls can see this, and Jess and Nicole said he never kissed Samantha in 2 weeks, and they feel like they need to tell Samantha. Samantha joins the girls, and it's awkward. She senses something, and they reveal Joey just kissed Grace on the daybed, and Samantha is shocked. She's basically crying, and the girls say it's disrespectful. And to be fair, Samantha's being very strong. Uma also revealed that they were kissing in front of everyone at the sleepover villa, and Samantha said she feels like leaving the villa. The girls tell her she can't leave. I mean, it was an interesting enough episode, especially with Samantha finally being honest. But what's your opinions of the episode? Comment below. Thank you for watching, and catch you for the next episode.